Hello, everyone. My name is Tony Tanzi, Senior Network Engineer with Com Solutions Company, and I'd like to welcome you to viewing this video, Palo Alto Networks, Security Policy Guidelines, Application Default. Security policies on our Palo Alto Networks firewall will match a number of things. We can match based on source and destination address, application, and service. Application and service columns specify exactly what applications can be identified on a defined set of ports or on all available ports. The service column allows the administrator to define one of the following features. Application default. If we select application default, we're telling the security policy to allow that specific application on its standard ports that are associated with that application. And we can find those associated ports under the Objects tab and Application on the firewall and selecting a specific application. We can also configure based on a predefined service. By default, there are two configured on our firewall, Service HTTP and Service HTTPS. The predefined services use TCP port 80 and 8080 for HTTP traffic and 443 for HTTPS. We can use this option if we want to restrict web browsing and HTTPS only to these ports. Any is a predefined service, matches any TCP port or UDP port. Typically, we will use this option when we're trying to deny traffic, or we want to deny all traffic based on any TCP or UDP port number. We can also select a custom service, and we can create our own definition of TCP port numbers and UDP port numbers to restrict application usage to specific ports. So here's an example of a network. We have two zones, untrust and trust. We have a client in our untrust zone who needs to access a web server on our trusted zone over TCP port 80. So let's look at the security policy. Here, we want to allow web browsing to that specific web server on its default port 80, and all other traffic is going to be denied. So we'll have two security policies here. One is to allow HTTP with a source zone of untrust, destination zone of trust. Our destination address is our web server. Our application is web browsing, and you'll notice that our service that we're selecting is application default. Since we have chosen application default, we're only going to allow web browsing traffic on the standard default port of TCP 80. All other traffic will match our deny rule and will be blocked, and in our security logs, we will show that the application will be not applicable. This is the use of application default. This is Tony Tanzi, Senior Network Engineer with Com Solutions Company, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time and viewing this video. Please reach out to Com Solutions for all your IT and networking needs, and visit us at www.comsolutions.com. Thank you again.